Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to be talking about some console gaming related stuff. Now, more along the lines of the status of console gaming, and a lot of people have been saying that console gaming is dying and or dead. Now, this video is going to be here to disprove that, because, as you know, I am an omnigamer. I don't only play on PC, like the game footage you're seeing. I play on consoles, I play on mobile occasionally, I play on handheld systems, I play on everything that I've got. So I thought I'd just give my take on the whole topic that, oh yeah, console gaming is dying and everything. I really don't think it is. I don't think it's really going anywhere anytime soon. So let's get right into it. So what's the first thing that pops into your head when you think of console gaming and in the topic of like the current status of console gaming and things like that? What is the number one thing that people usually want to buy consoles for that everyone talks about? It's simplicity. People want to buy the console so that they know that there's a shit ton of R&D slammed directly into this single unit that's going to work the same for everybody. And when there's an error, it can be fixed all across the board. And they know that when they plug this system in, they're not going to have to do anything else. They just plug the fucking system into their wall, then they plug it into their TV, then they put their game in there, and they play the game. That's it. It's a bit more fucking complicated when it comes to PC gaming. It's a lot more fucking complicated. It really is. So, especially when it comes to things not working and having to troubleshoot and drivers and bullshit like that you just don't have to deal with PCs. And that stability and simplicity is one of the reasons why console gaming is so prevalent, because it's simple. It's what people want. It's what most people want. They want to sit down on their couch, they want to, pop a game in their system, and they just play it. They don't want to deal with a bunch of stupid shit, they just want to play the game. So that right there is the number one reason why console gaming will probably not be dead anytime soon. Yes, they may have simpler like consoles and everything, they'll be dumbed down. They won't have physical media or anything, which is probably the point when I'll stop supporting consoles, because I like to have physical media. But yeah, it's just sort of like, yeah, they may dumb down a little bit, but it's still going to be the same general concept. The one single machine that can play your games and do it well, and you don't have to deal with anything. And that is the number one attraction to consoles, at least from what I've seen and from what I've personally experienced. So that's point number one. Now, this may seem a little nitpicky, but the way you play games on PC is drastically different to how you would play them on a console. You have a keyboard and mouse, and I know you can hook up controllers, but I'll get on to the whole controller situation later. Most people like to play games with a good old-fashioned controller. They don't want to fuck around with a keyboard because it's a bit too finicky. Like, yeah, you can set keys and shit just fine, but the thing is that it's not as good as a controller for things like platformers. Have you ever tried to play a proper platformer with a fucking keyboard? It's ass. It is ass on a fucking biscuit. It is shit. It is terrible. I hate trying to fucking play platformers on a fucking keyboard. I tried to download Ori and the Blind Forest a couple months ago. I couldn't even fucking play it because of how shitty the controls were with the keyboard. And I didn't want to, and this is where I get onto the whole controller thing, I didn't want to shell out a shit ton of money to pay for an adapter for an Xbox controller for my PC, because I shouldn't have to. Like, knowing Windows, you should have all these options, and yes, there are like third-party options for mapping certain controllers to certain things. I forget what the application's name is called. I might look it up and put it on the screen for you. But yeah, there's options to try and get controllers to work, but most of the time they don't work, for me at least. And it's not practical for me to try and hook up a controller that's probably not going to work properly to a PC when I could just go boot up my console and play the game on my console with no problems and, be able to play it fucking properly, Now that's not the case with a lot of other games. Like I said, this is more or less sort of a nitpicky thing, but I personally love the mouse because you can aim a lot better in games like, first-person shooters, third-person, free roam shooters, things like that, Grand Theft Auto, fucking Battlefield, things like that. It's good for aiming, but I like a controller. Like, if I could somehow have the accuracy of a mouse for aiming and, just a controller for moving around and shit, I would love that, which you can kind of do, but it's very impractical. But yeah, like the controls on PC are half for me and half not. Overall, I just prefer the whole console thing, and most people will probably say the same thing. They'll prefer the controller because it's a nice, comfortable thing that they can hold, and it controls well, especially for most games that you'd be playing on a console anyway. So, like I said, it's a bit nitpicky, but it's still a pretty valid point. Most people want to use a controller as opposed to a mouse and keyboard, but a lot of people still want to use a mouse and keyboard, specifically the mouse, like me. So, I'm sort of in the middle. Now, this next one is actually kind of a big thing for poor people out there like me who have, thousands of fucking dollars in electric bills every month that you can't even fucking pay, and they're threatening to shut your fucking power off. So, power draw. Power draw is very much a thing with PCs and consoles alike, but the thing is that a PC, no matter how efficient your power supply is still drawing the amount of power allotted to it. So you're still using a shit ton of fucking power and therefore money powering a high-end PC or even a mid-range PC. Like, if I didn't use my PC at all, I guarantee you our electric bill would be reduced by like $300-400 fucking dollars a month. Like, I'm not fucking kidding. So, and I have a mid-range PC running a pretty mid-range power supply, so yeah, it still costs a shit ton of fucking money, if you have a high-end power supply that's really efficient, and yeah, look at how efficient this is, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still drawing the same amount of power that it needs to function, which is still a lot more than a console will need to function. A console is a very efficient machine because it is specifically built to be that way, and as such, it's less expensive to run and is more attractive, at least to those people who are, less financially inclined. Let's put it that way. Because I don't want to spend a shit ton of money on electric bills every month. No one fucking does. And one good way to avoid that is to make sure that everything in your house isn't drawing as much electricity, and compared to a PC, a console doesn't draw jack fucking shit. Like, seriously. It's like night and fucking day. Like, if I just play my console all day, it'd be fucking fine. We'd be able to, do our electric bill just fine. But, yeah, I've had to turn my PC off because of how bad it's gotten, and I can't even fucking use it very much because of how bad our electric bill has gotten, because they're gonna fucking shut it off if we can't pay it. So, that's fun. So I've just, consoles draw a shit ton less power than PCs, and that may sound a little bit nitpicky, but it is a big deal to some people, because a lot of people don't have a lot of money to pay electric bills at the end of the month. Like us, we don't. And consoles draw a lot less power than PCs, and in turn will keep your electric bill way fucking down compared to PCs, which does mean a lot more than you may think, especially if you're the one paying the bills. So, there you go. That's my third point. And here's my fourth point. Oh, Windows. Windows, Microsoft. Kill yourself. Seriously, Microsoft, you need to fuck off. You really need to fuck off. Now, just fuck off. First fuck, and then off. You just need to fuck real quick. Just fuck real quick, and then off. It's pretty simple. Stop fucking shoving your operating system down people's throats when the operating system isn't even fucking finished yet. For fuck's sake. And this is another thing that's probably gonna fucking happen. You may or may not have heard in the news lately that there's going to be a paywall for you to use Windows 10, at least if you're a business owner. So if you're using the business edition of Windows 10, there's gonna be a paywall. It's something like $8 a month. And this makes me think a little bit, because Windows is now an operating system that will not be updated through different iterations. There will not be a Windows 11, there will not be a Windows 12, there will not be a Windows 13. It's just going to be Windows. Windows 10, or just Windows. Single word, Windows. And they're just going to keep updating it. Like, just keep giving it Windows updates for, like, eternity. And obviously, if they can't sell proper new editions of Windows, they're going to have to make that money somehow. You know how they're going to do that? They're going to do it through a paywall, which is eventually going to come to us, the consumers. So we are probably eventually going to have to pay a monthly or a yearly license to use an operating system. Yeah, it's going to get that bad. Like, I really do foresee this happening. I'm serious. I know for a fucking fact it's going to happen, and if it doesn't, color me very fucking surprised. If it's 5 years in the future and they're not doing this, color me fucking surprised, because holy shit, I know for a fucking fact that they're gonna end up doing this. They're just not gonna do it yet, because not everyone is over to Windows 10 yet. When they get enough people over to Windows 10 where they're like, okay, we'll start charging for it now because we already got them trapped, that's when they're gonna start charging. And if you don't pay them, fuck you. You can't even boot your fucking PC up. Sorry, asshole, we ain't got our money, you ain't using your fucking PC. Oh, sorry, you got all your porn on there that you gotta watch? Oh, no, fuck you. Oh, you have all of your stuff for work, or that you're gonna get fired if you don't have access to? Oh, sorry, no, fuck you, you can't have that, no, fuck you. You piss off. Oh, you have all of these, top secret, you're a government agent, you have all these fucking top secret documents. You need those, but you can't pay you don't want to pay the fee? Oh, fuck you, you can go suck cock. You see how ridiculous this is? It's pretty much the Xbox One DRM bullshit all over again, only on their actual fucking operating system. So, yeah, and just Windows in general is a cunt. Like, there's never been a problem where I'm not having a fucking problem with Windows. It's always some fucking different error, some different fucking driver fucking up, some different compatibility issue, some stupid fucking shit. At least with Mac, you know what you're fucking getting and you know it's gonna work. PC... no. It's just extremely fucking unpredictable when it comes to Windows. And that's a problem that, again, you don't have on consoles. You just plug the fucking thing in, plug it into your TV. No dumb shit. You play your fucking game. You're done. You have fun, No dealing with fucking Windows. No dealing with any stupid fucking error driver, stupid fucking cunting bullshit. I know there was redundancies in that. There were redundancies in that sentence. I apologize, but for fuck's sake, when you get heated up about a shitty operating system, it causes things to happen. So yeah, oh fucking hell, I really wish I wasn't stuck using Windows, because it's just, fundamentally it's a great operating system, but how they're going about distributing it and marketing it and doing all kinds of other shit with it, it's just fucking terrible, and it's causing so many fucking problems, and it's just, oh god. Rather just buy a fucking PS4 and just call it a fucking day, not deal with any bullshit. Like, fuck off, Microsoft. So yeah, when it comes to consoles, at the end of the day, it's really just about putting your fucking game in and playing it, not doing a bunch of stupid fucking redundant bullshit and then trying to play a game, failing, trying again, failing again, trying again, almost getting it, and then trying again, and then finally getting it to work after like the 16th fucking try. So yeah, console gaming is always something that is going to be around, maybe not in the form that it is now, but it will stick around, at least to some degree. We are always going to have probably just a set-top box to play our fucking games on. Even if they're streamed or if they're digital only, we're still going to have them. We're still going to have consoles, just not in their true current form. So, there you go. So these are just a couple of points that are running through my head at the moment, and I know there's a lot more that can contribute to this argument, but I don't want this video to be too long. So if you did enjoy the video, if you agreed with me or whatever, be sure to like the video, be sure to subscribe and all that shit, and I will see you in the next one.